welcome along to SBR ACC with Steam Gaming Round 3 race review from Silverstone. Well, due to the ongoing issues with the live stream, I thought I'd try something different and at least get some content onto SBR regarding ACC. So we're just going to have a quick race review of the guys that finished the race at Silverstone in what was pretty miserable conditions over the 1 hour race. So let's get it going. 12th position was Benji McCluskey. Pretty bit of a surprise. Benji, one of the fastest guys on ACC, really, on PS4 version at least. And the number 58 Porsche, lots of issues. Qualified really well. I think he was in the top 3. I think 3rd actually. But unfortunately for Benji, the car just becoming a bit undrivable. And footage you're seeing right now is at the end of the race he decided to come out near the end, and you can see he's struggling there. But Benji picking up 12th and a couple points, but yeah, Benji races to win, and that unfortunately was not on the cards for him at Silverstone. But he'll look forward to Kyle Army and better things hopefully for him. And as we move on to 11th place, it was Giortis. I hope I've said your name right. In the Audi, and well, and again the same thing for him really. Every time he turned the car in, it just wanted to spin. And with the conditions that we had, if you had your tyres wrong in the slightest, then you were going to be spinning around. And yeah, the man in the number 2 Audi found the conditions probably hardest the most. Yeah, the Audi not very forgiving if it's not set up right, but he got 11th place finish and some points, which is more than some got, let's put it that way. And again, look to Kyle Army for better things. Just ahead of that, well, in 10th was Steam. Julian himself in 10th place. Again, same sort of thing as Benji really. Just could not get the car to be hooked up. Losing the back constantly in the slow speed and medium speed stuff. And again, it was just a bit of a tyre pressure issue. Something that the drivers expected. But you can see there the car very unstable as he heads towards left field. But completed the race, and it's experience for Julian, and I'm sure he'll get better as the seasons go on. And also a welcome sponsor of the league, so thanks very much for that, Julian. In 9th, and a big surprise, was Will Freeman, who, well, let's just say he got pretty well destroyed on the first lap after contact with Markey. And the number 8 Ferrari, the only one in the field, struggled round to 9th place. I think he actually fitted slicks by accident at the pit stop, which did not help his cause, and they didn't work. And I remember seeing Will struggling around a few times, but again managed to get into the pits. A lot of spins. I've seen his onboard footage, and unfortunately for him, only resulting in an 9th place. In 8th then is the Porsche of Alex. Alex from Portugal, and he is the leading AM driver this season, doing a great job, and he'll be pretty pleased to be ahead of the other Porsches. And in the very lurid coloured Porsche, which is like the motorsport colours but with the green instead of the white. But a solid drive from him, and completed the race. That's all you can really ask for, and that will extend his lead in the AM Championship, as Martin Bourget didn't manage to make the race. Next up was number 999, and well, Will needed an ambulance after contact with him. But Marky Brown got it home in 7th, which is a very good performance for him. Had a struggle at Suzuka, but seemed to get it together and had a really good start. But I say contact with Will didn't help, and then a spin later on the first lap. But he got it together and was flying. He was actually up into 2nd or 3rd during the pit stop phase, but eventually slipping down to 7th place. But good points, a good finish, and beating some very, very good drivers. So yeah, Mark will be very pleased with that going forward. 6th place was Thomas. Thomas, another victim of the unusual tyre pressures. As you see the Bentley squiggling there coming out of Luffield. He had all sorts of problems, and especially in the fast corners, Bentley just not planted at all. And I remember seeing him spin a few times, but Thomas, again, another driver that just got to the end, despite the fact that his car wasn't handling well. 6th place is a good result when your car's like that. But he'll think of what could have been, because after the pit stop phase he was ahead of the eventual 3rd place driver. and looking good for a podium, but again, those issues resurfaced after a couple laps and the Bentley just became pretty much undrivable. But points scored for Thomas, and that'll keep him up there in the championship. Next up in the Lexus, and as you can see, he had a right fight with the fourth place driver, but fifth in the end goes to Mal, Mr. Attack, let's call him. And in the number 46 Lexus, and he provided some good fireworks at the end with Liam, as you'll see in Liam just in front of him. I won't spoil the ending, but it's pretty obvious who finished where. But that'll do Mal's championship no harm of good. And with Will struggling, that'll help him in the standings. But good solid drive. Again, lost a lot of time during the pit stop phase, and I think everyone had their tale of woe. His was with pit stops and a bit of contact, I think, with a couple of drivers at the start of the race. But he'll again look forward to Kyle Army. He's got good pace. As you can see though, just ahead of that was Liam in the Mercedes, fourth position, and I think he's finished fourth quite a lot this season, so he'll be pretty pleased with that performance. Again, I lost a lot of time in the race with a few bits of contact, spin I believe, and I think there was an issue at the pit stop. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, they all had their tale of woe, as I said, other than the winner, I think. But Liam, growing into the game, seems to be getting more and more competitive in the number 4 car, sporting the mental health livery, which we can all tip our hat to. And Liam going forward, I'm sure he'll be a contender as he puts more time into the game. But a good fourth position for Liam. Third position, and in the leading Porsche, and it's myself in the 117 Cus car, and wasn't expecting it, to be fair. Qualified 8th, car was pretty undrivable, especially for that corner just went through. A lot of understeer, but the back end was pretty secure, so I think in the end that's what helped me. I didn't have the issues that the other guys had with the tyres overheating and spinning the car, so I could just drive around like I was driving my granny to the shop and collect the points and take my first podium in ACC, so I'm pretty pleased with that, or in SBR ACC anyway. And yeah, that cements my third in the championship at the moment, going to Kyle Army. But even I can get anywhere near these guys. Second place for Coleman, and he ran the winner, the eventual winner, very, very closely. Nice wheels on that Lexus, by the way. What's that all about? But anyway, Coleman getting home in second place with the number 9 Lexus, and that's pretty much the story of this season as well. Not quite got the pace to beat the winner, but Coleman, another solid drive, very, very competitive on this game. But mastered the conditions, didn't seem to have too many issues, and kept the winner honest, as I said. And now we look to get revenge in the final race and try and win a race. But looking very, very strong in that Lexus. That Lexus, a very good car, very compliant, and especially in conditions like these, is exactly what you want. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to lay a glove on the eventual winner, and he's won every single race this season, and it's Gaz Williams, and he wins again with Bentley, number 90 car, and a pretty dominant display. Like I say, Coleman kept him honest, but just wasn't to be for Coleman. See there lapping Will as he carries on with his struggles, but Gaz pretty peerless out front, mastered the conditions, didn't seem to have any issues that I know of. And yeah, that's pretty much championship fairly sewn up. I think he's got a 10 or so point lead, and yeah, with only Kyle Army left, it'll take a bit of a miracle to stop him. And well, let's just say he deserves the championship. Very good drive in different races, and here's the championship now. So Gaz leads by 10 points over Coleman, who's 10 points ahead of myself, and then Liam hanging on to coattails, so he's still in range. Will and Mal on 36, then we've got Thomas on 34, Benji 29, that's the surprise. Alex leading the AMS on 26 points, and AJ Foster in the McLaren, who's not turned up. Burgett on 22, Brown on 22, Julian 20. Then it's Stocks on 15, and Bob Bristow on 9. So join us for Kyle Army. That's the last round. You'll see that. I'll try and do highlights for that as well. Thanks for watching.